and we're back again with NEW Wrestling, and the event's come to a close, and I'm sitting here with Kris Ikon. So he's back again, third time's a charm. So how are you feeling after the show?
I feel good. As you guys saw, and I've said it a couple times now on your shows, they just get better and better and better.
Yes.
I could not be prouder of everybody from those guys in the main event to the rookie battle royal, a bunch of faces we had never seen before. Just, I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. The crowd loved it. You guys loved it. Everything went great.
Yeah, some of the highlights like that where all the rookies were out there, they really did do a fantastic job. Their energy was high. And there was some that we were pinpointing out that were just, they've really got a lot of skill, a lot of potential. You should be really proud of them.
Yeah, they all did. Everybody. There's guys in there I didn't even know. Like, obviously, I know the trainees from the academy, but there were a lot of guys I didn't know. So I got to see eyes on new faces because as good as everybody's getting around here, they're going to move on just because they're going to end up taking that next step.
We noticed there was a lot of buzz after the Hadley match. So how did you feel to see him take his receipts as boss?
I can kind of stay out of a situation like that.
Yes.
Because I know each of those people, like on an individual level, which kind of runs into a problem when you're the boss, because sometimes I have to be like, damn it, I'm the boss, which...
yeah.
So a match like that, I just get to enjoy it, because, yeah, he's doing some stuff that you could probably call cheating. I haven't watched any of the tapes yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but I hear how they react to the crowd, and to me...
It was a loud pop today.
Both of those guys, I know you guys are relatively new. Both of those guys are big deal, and you see why.
Oh, yeah.
It's just excellent craftsmanship. It's a good way to put it. No matter if you're a heel or a baby face, you still like to see guys that are putting the work and passion into the craft of pro wrestling.
Both Justin and Hadley, the energy they brought tonight, like you could feel it. Both good, bad, in between, and like it was amazing. Like I really enjoyed that match. That was one of the highlights for me there.
I'm surprised that didn't blow up sooner with those two, because I see what Jeremy's doing, and Myers is a man like anybody else. You're only going to take so much.
And Justin had mentioned it had been building for months and months and months, and then we finally seen the end result of it.
And I told Hadley when he said, hey, we're going to do this contract thing, and when Justin agreed to it, I told him, I said, okay, everything else after that is on you. I don't want to have to intervene. And so far, I really haven't had to. I don't think I would have. If I'd have walked out there and he's whipping him with the belt, I would have maybe had to go over there and talk to somebody else. I could have found somewhere else to be paying attention to. Sometimes you get what you deserve.
All right. So... What are the favorite? Do you have any favorite parts of your company as it grows? Is there any favorite parts of NEW to you, or is it all your favorite?
It's all so connected. That's like saying it's not like having a favorite basketball player.
Yeah.
It's like the team as a whole is my favorite, because it takes guys like Jeremy Hadley and Jed and TJ and the 8-Bit Punks and the Black Cube Society and everybody else listening. There's just too many to name. I don't mean to shortchange anybody. So I see all these great performers and people coming together. That's why, to me, it's the whole, because they're all making something special.
Yeah. All of them have mentioned, when I asked them a very similar question, they all mentioned that NEW is basically a family. They all feel very tight-knit, and they all like have a genuine like love and respect for each other. Right. And I think you can feel it. I think that's why I keep coming back. You can just tell these guys work so well together.
It's the only way to get it. It's the only way to get it done. If they want to work here, that means they have to work in our proximity, work with us. So we might as well all just get along. You don't have to like each other. Like some of those guys, I'm not going to name names or anything, do not like each other. That's fine. But back there, everybody at least respects each other and treats you like family. You can fight with your brother, but you're not going to get rid of him. You're just like, screw that dude. I'm going to go over here and sit. So
Yeah. So here's some of the fun questions I had asked some of the others. So what do you think is a common misconception about pro wrestling?
that ring is not as hard as people think. They think it's bouncy. They think it's a trampoline. It's its own thing. It's really, really hard to explain what that ring feels like. Because no, it doesn't feel like this ground, but it's not comfortable.
I figured it would knock the wind out of somebody.
And there's an earn factor to this that I think everybody should know. And it goes with the family thing is always treat everyone with respect. Especially outside of the ring. In the ring, that's up to you two to fight it out however, but always treat somebody with respect. I think that's real important. Whether it's you just trying to start your podcast or Jeremy Hadley, who likes to bend the rules a little, we still treat him with respect.
Yes. So I think I may have asked a similar question to this before, but as you continue your career with NEW and being the main guy, how do you hope to be remembered come toward the end of your career, whenever that may be?
Me personally?
Yes.
I don't care.
Don't matter to you?
It's the company. The way this is set up, anyone back there could leave, and this company would still be going. Why would you need? I don't need people to stop and say, "Hey, you did a great job with New Era." I don't need that extra because I see it. So, for me, as long as this company's remembered, if I entertain some people along the way, awesome, I did my part. But for me, as long as this company's going, it's good enough. I don't need to have a legacy. I'm not a wrestler anymore. Those guys have to think about how do I make an impact. I just do that differently. It's this company as a whole.
I like that answer. That is an awesome answer. I like that. All right, and then this other fun one that I have is, if you came with a warning label, what do you think it would say?
Bro, it's got to be something with my mouth. That's. I feel like you should get Jessie and ask her because I
would get a very quick-witted response to that. I feel
maybe do not touch.
No
like
touchy.
For a stranger, don't touch me.
That's fair.
But other than that, when I'm interacting out here, it's the fan. It's somebody basically saying, "I like what you are presenting." They might as well be just straight up being saying thank you. So.
All right. And out of because I've seen all the new talent, and obviously I'm getting very well acquainted with the roster that's been here for a minute. Do you, as the main guy, do you see do you have any dream matches? Is there any matches that you are interested to see in the future, maybe, or am I going to have to wait and see in the months ahead?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
Gotcha.
There's a reason you're seeing everything get better and better and better and better. This isn't like our final show. Next month is going to be better. Or we failed, and none of these guys are going to fail. You can see it right now. There are, if I want to see two guys wrestle, I'll just come out here and say, guess what? You're wrestling him. So that's not really a fair question for me, because if I want to see it, I'll just make it happen.
You make it happen.
Because I can do that.
Nice. All right. And usually we wrap this up with, the very same thing. So is there anything you need to add for your fan base or anything you would like to say to the audience that watches?
Same thing as last time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so appreciative from the person at the door to the very, very top of the company. Everybody in between knows we're doing it for the fans. So thank you guys for coming and allowing us to speak on your show, and thank the fans for coming.
All right. And do you want to give them a heads up about the next one coming on the date?
March 18th.
March 18th. All right.
It's called Shamrock Showdown, see? It's one of those things where your brain gets going and going, because you asked me an interesting question, and I'm just like, if I can make anybody wrestle. Can you imagine being able to work? We could probably, yeah.
There's so many choices.
Right. Anybody, if you told me, if you had the money and said, you could get anybody you want, I'd be like.
Oh my gosh, if I had money, oh my gosh. Too many. Too
I
many.
know.
Too many. All right. So thank you again for being
you.
with us for a third time. I appreciate your time. Always love your answers. And I think we're going to end it right here. So stay tuned for some more.